What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? I'm Chris, he's Mike, and you are here with us. Right, you are here with us for another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review, episode 453.
Yep.
We are less than 50 away. 500. Gotta be insane. Start thinking of ideas, everybody, things you'd like to see, because we're going to be asking closer to 300. But anyway, Legendstorm, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Legendstorm was here, I think, like 5 minutes ago. I think his comment was there for about 5 minutes. We don't have timestamps, so I don't know how long that comment's been there. I don't know if Legendstorm's even watching still yet. He might have walked away, grabbed a cup of coffee, a cup of cocoa, a cup of Joe, a cup of anything. Could have got a cup of Mary.
We're not going to get into that. Oh, we got somebody else.
And reviews from the Batcave. We have Chad and/or Rich. We got Justin, who just said, "What's up? What is up, everyone?" And Alan is here. Well, we already got Mike. I knew it. You were right.
Yeah,
it took less than 3 seconds.
I knew they were going to
Mike and Twitter. What else is there to do?
Mention about that.
Mike's going to mention about it in the pre-show in a minute.
So,
Wi-Fi glitch. Okay, so you didn't get a cup of Mary? Oh, Mary. I actually have to check I forgot I have to check to make sure that, yes, it is. Okay. We're all set.
Do you know you have to check before you do a video?
Remember last time, everybody, we forgot to plug the mic in and our audio sucked? I got a freaking haircut finally.
You mean you got all that little
I had hair out to here. Like, no
that,
joke. I mean, you could see it behind the hat.
Yeah,
now there's like nothing here.
Like a safari forest where you had to go digging in like this and you had to go looking for stuff.
And we're getting a Division comic. Alan, I'm looking forward to it. Titan's doing it, if I'm correct. I'm happy we got Godzilla 2 teaser today. Oh, that's cool.
And it looks like that San Diego Comic-Con is almost underway.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm looking forward to a lot of news. Just a real quick reminder, Friday night, God willing, I will be on from the very beginning, but 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern, Zone 4, live on Comic Frontline. Do not miss that. And as a matter of fact, I do want to also point out, or I want to make mention, I just uploaded a new video on Brooklyn Boys. I tried to cut it as much as I could. I'm sorry. It's a 30-minute long video because we did 3 things on it. Video's called This Week from Nintendo. We did this week's haul. We did the games we got last week from Nintendo. And then at the end, we did a actual taste test. Honestly, I was testing my editing skills. And as a matter of fact, for the first time ever since moving over to Sony Movie Maker, I learned how to do the letters on the video, like do words in the middle of a video. I learned how to do it. Oh, my God. I literally, this afternoon was amazing for me. What's up, Jeremy Renfro? What's going on, my friend? So I'm very, very happy that I learned that. Of course, I've had it for like, what? Since episode 200, and it took this long for me to. I'm a slow learner. That, and also I was very into the ways of Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker. So this one was just put together. So I'm very happy. I put in a lot of funny jokes in the video, so I hope you all, if you have the extra time, even if you have to sit down and watch it in parts, that's fine. Hope you go check it out. Let us know in the comments on the video what you thought of the edits, of the stuff, everything. I had a really fun time editing the video. Didn't take too long, honestly. I thought it would take a lot longer than it did. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun filming. We're going to try to do more. Well, we are doing more on Brooklyn, but we're not trying. We're going to do more on Brooklyn Boys. And you're going to also notice, hey, all the autograph books, they're back. They're back on the wall. Part 2 of this is bad news. So I tried to put the whiteboard up on my wall, up on Comic Book Corner. And look, hey, the comics are back. Yeah.
I guess it didn't fit.
Apparently, right behind this super thin, it has to be only about like this.
What's up, Scotty?
Thin, what's up, Scotty? About this thin wall is solid brick. We can't put a screw. Yeah. We cannot put a screw in the wall.
Wait, how is it
It is. That's a brick wall. That's a brick wall, and that's a brick wall. Anything that's facing the outside of our house is a brick wall. So I can't hang the whiteboard up here.
Can't you just put a little nail that's hanging out of it?
You want it to fall, don't you? I don't want
if
that.
It's a strong
no. So we can't put it up. But I can actually. I'm going to two-way tape the Death Star light I have in that corner. I'm going to clean it up a little bit where there's that blank space. I'm going to see if I'm going to fix the comics underneath it because I didn't change those yet. And I'm going to put the Death Star light up there. At least there'll be one change. Unfortunately, the one time I'm ready to do a major change in this room or a major change in general, and Mike never tried to. Yeah, exactly, because you break the brick and then bad stuff happens after that. So, suffice to say, the one time I'm ready to do a major change, I can't do it because of elements. However, I'm going to keep the whiteboard. I'm probably going to put it up downstairs in the apartment downstairs instead. However, that means that I'm not going to be as back and forth. I mean, I could try to put it up behind the door. I mean, it potentially could fit, but this is becoming too much of a project. Yeah, and it would be too heavy. Our door is hollow on the middle. It's becoming too much of a project, so I'm just going to move it downstairs, and I think Cindy will be happy. We'll probably end up sharing the board anyway.
Yeah. So
got some command hooks. They're attached. Base tape. I could look that up also, but I already told Cindy and she was very happy about the move, the moving it downstairs. So I might just move it downstairs anyway. Also, our mother was not too happy with us finding out that there's brick behind the wall. I mean, I'm allowed to do whatever I want in my room, but at the same time, don't blow my house up. So it's kind of one of those things.
But
in my apartment, I can do it because I know what's in my apartment. So I'll do it in my apartment instead.
Yeah, but on that light note, that I do want to mention, yes, as of yesterday, I finally got a Twitter account, and I've been thinking long and hard.
Well, hopefully about the Twitter.
Yeah, about the Twitter, not what you're thinking of. And
what am I thinking of? And I just realized I'm a little. There we go.
So I was thinking, I wanted to try to reach out on my YouTube channel. I mean, I've been like 11.
Reach out. Everybody reach out and touch the screen. We're touching hands right now. We're high-fiving.
Yeah, touching you, sweet Caroline. But no. The thing is that I wanted to try to bring people to know that the Do-Rock 18 name, like I want to try to get known out there. I was on with the Rock unboxings and all the other stuff and everything. So I decided to make a Twitter.
You made a Twitter.
Right, and the Twitter will be either retweets of whatever I put on there.
Retweets? He's going to be in a retreat, everybody.
Yeah, or I put a status of where
Thanks for sharing the link, Alan.
Yes, thank you. Of where I'm going or what videos I'll be shooting and uploading. I will be sharing videos of what I upload. I just didn't share my 800th and my 801st video because I just created yesterday.
Well, it's about time you joined the 21st century on Twitter. Now, all we got to do is get you on Instagram.
No, come on. No,
no, you know what? Don't bother on Instagram. You're not really a picture taker. So
look,
that's more
the pictures. Only sites I have now is YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. That's it. So if you want to follow me, by the way, for those who have followed me, though, thank you very much, everyone.
I was your 13th follower, my favorite number.
So thank those of you who followed me. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is right there, but it's Mike at DudeOfRock18.
Yeah, Mike actually accidentally made another account. Be careful not to follow at @ofrock18.
Yeah, because
they screwed up his name the first time, and he had to redo it. And honestly, it's the exact same account. I don't know why it didn't just overwrite itself, but it'll eventually disappear in about a year.
But yeah, it's the Mike at DudeOfRock18 at DudeOfRock18. Mike, if you did join Twitter, watch.
Mike's not going to be following too many pros. It's more for what Jeremy. What Mike is doing is he made a Twitter more to reach out to people, not to. I don't want to sound mean when I say this. He's doing it a lot to work and share stuff he's doing. He's not really going out there looking for pros like what you're talking about to follow them. He's going to be more of a poster, less of a follower, kind of like what I do. I don't follow too many of the pros.
Right. Or if I put pictures.
I follow YouTubers, but I don't follow pros
too much. If I put pictures on Twitter, I will be still sharing it on Facebook. But the status of where I go and what I do will be on my Twitter. Like, let's say I'm going.
I'd be happy you only have one. I have three. I have Dark Avenger, I have Dark Avenger Gaming, and I work the Brooklyn Boys one.
All right,
which, by the way, Brooklyn Boys is back up and running.
Brooklyn Boys.
It's at the real B-Boys 13.
Because
some wonderful person decided they wanted to troll our channel and make a Twitter called Brooklyn Boys 13. So if you're gonna follow Brooklyn Boys 13, it's at the real B-Boys 13.
Yes, and just like mine is Mike.
But it should have been deleted. 18. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna do this live. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna see if that person lost the account yet.
Right. So it was great that I got some people who followed on my Twitter. So if you guys want to know what videos I'll be doing behind the scenes, or if you even want to, I mean, I did get some people that actually enjoyed the Frontline Live that actually said it was a great show.
Oh, wow, it's gone, Michael.
That. Oh, wow, it is.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right, well, what about, well, mine's probably going to be, yeah, but
maybe.
But please, everybody, the link is on actually my Facebook, and I actually forgot to put it on my Facebook and the Dude Rock 18 page on my Facebook. But I will be putting the link there so that way you guys won't be confused of which the friend. It is Mike at Dude of Rock 18. So, and if you haven't checked out my YouTube channel as well, you can actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at the real B-Boys 13. Yeah. I'm not gonna go off. I mean, I wonder if I could edit. If I can edit our handle, but, I'll check it out while we're doing this. Keep going.
All right. But yeah, but made me forget now.
I'm sorry. You were talking about.
But if you do want to check out my YouTube page, for those of you who haven't and want to hit that subscribe button, then that would be great as well, because I'm trying to do videos. I have videos already made. It's just that I want to see what more to bring out to you guys, because 800 was phenomenal. Like, thank you all for those of you who have watched my 800 video and commented that as well. That was posted, I believe, on Thursday, the past Thursday. And I just posted my 801st video. So hopefully I'll get more comments and everything, because I love comments. I love hearing from you guys, because, you know, I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I do videos, for entertainment purposes. And, hey, if it means to reach out to more of you guys.
Nope, it's been taken. The bot still has it.
So I figured Twitter to reach out to you guys more and get more people to follow and or subscribe to my channel. Let's see how it works out.
Oh, yeah.
With all that said and done, I still got to watch that. Yes, Scotty, it's really good. And also, guys, in the credits, if I do forget your names, just remember you're still important to me. It's just I can't mention all 2,300 somewhat of you, because that's how many I have, over 2,300. And I reached that goal while I was at making 800. Crazy.
So yeah, we're remaining as at the real B-Boys.
Thank you,
Alan. There's nothing we can do. The bot took it.
With that being said,
yeah, it's 10:10. We are going to start. We have how many books?
20 digital books, and I think there's 10 for me and 10 for you. So
that's awesome. And one of them came last week.
Well, yeah, but that's why it's 10. So, and these books actually were released, except that one book, on July 11, 2018. So we're gonna start.
July 11, 2018. I'm sorry, I coughed over him. I gotta say, DCBS has been driving me nuts. First, they forgot to charge us last month for this month's books. We've been having issues getting charged. We finally made our payment, so we're gonna start getting our physical books this month. And now they just charge us for August, and we don't have that payment as well. So now we gotta wait till the end of this month and do that. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, you're gonna notice there's no monthly haul. There's a reason for that, and I made mention of it on Twitter and on Discord. Due to monies that are needed for our family right now, we are taking, and when I say this, I'm not joking, major cuts to our physical stack and leaving a lot digital. When I say a lot, I'm talking just Superman, TMNT, Justice League, Wolverine, if he ever gets an ongoing, I'm leaving that slot open. The few miniseries that I've been getting, not counting Plastic Man or any Star Trek one that's in the future. Birthright, which is coming back in September, and Saga. Everything else, and Detective until it hits 1,000. Everything else is going digital, just because we need the finances for our family right now. I appreciate all the people who donated money for our dad or for our family to help support us during these times. I want to thank all of you. A lot of you, I don't know if you want me to say anything because it's not for the channel. I thank like Nerdivision and Roll SK and Frost, because they donated for the channel. These donations were for families, so I don't know if you all want me to say your names, so I won't. if those comic books are there next time I go to Walmart, I'll try and grab them. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. But hey, that doesn't mean we won't be reviewing every single book, because guess what? Our reviews are all digital.
So I guess I'll.
Oh, wait. Walk for 25 on out. I got One Piece. Oh, cool. So we are going to start with our books this week, which that will not be impacted. I just want to reiterate that one last time before Mike starts. The reviews will not be impacted because all of our reviews are digital. We are all digital now. As you see, we haven't done a physical book on this channel except for the one or two times that we didn't have a cover to show. So it won't impact the reviews at all. We will still be reviewing a ton of books, regardless of what we have physically. But I will never drop Superman, so that's something that had to be, you know, in the physical pile. That's for sure.
All right. So we're gonna start off with indies. He has one this week, and I got 6. So
Jeez. Well, you know what? I have a lot of big too.
Oh yeah. Tomb Raider Inferno, issue number 2. Last time we got a brand new character. We got a brand new character who I thought was gonna actually take over.
Did you remember her name this time?
Can I look? It's not Deja Kate Lego. So I'll just call her Natty, I guess.
Kate Lego.
Yeah, Cat Lego. Kate Lego, Cat Lego. I'm not good with names, all right? So anyway, she is the new character
who's a Lego
who is going to actually be not taking place of Lara Croft, but actually be teaming up with Lara Croft. And it talks about a story about how she was born and everything, and we get a little bit of a backstory, which is actually really interesting. And almost like Lara Croft, who wants to look for artifacts and stuff like that, but it's for a different purpose, so to say. So it's just going back to her life about what she did, you know, years ago, how she was a spy, I guess, of a secret agent or whatnot, to stuff like that, being a spider, so to say, because she, you know, did all that. And there was just like lots of other stuff too that was really, really interesting. And she has lots of skills jumping like Lara Croft does as well. So with that, where'd they go to actually? The Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden is actually where they want to look for different types of bones that were there, or a certain portal that they can open. And well, Lara Croft saw the portal firsthand, and it looks like lots of stuff's going to be unfolding for the next issue of what we're going to find out in more of the Garden of Eden. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And I'm glad that Lara Croft is still going to be sticking around and just, you know, teaming up with another character that actually let go, I guess. Bloodshot,
huh?
Well, I'm good tonight, guys. Bloodshot Salvation, issue number 11. And this has actually been getting really, really interesting, actually, and more awesome to that point.
More awesome. Not just awesome, but more awesome.
Yeah, so we find out that Bloodshot's stuck in 4002 AD in New Japan, basically, of where he is. And he's trying to find his way home.
4,000. That's 2,000-ish years. Wow.
That's a lot of years. Where Magic and Jesse are trying to run away from this old man who wants to actually take Jesse away because he's not that great of a person or of a role model, let's just say. So the Bloodshot people try to take him away. And the one we saw from the last issue of the same Father Bloodshot, he is actually him of what he can become in the future. And he actually knocks some sense in him, like saying, you know, like what has happened to you, what you're doing. Where Magic actually goes to Punk Mambo, who actually is going to try to communicate with Bloodshot in the future. And she actually does. And like a whole thing happens there. And the old man actually finds out where Jesse was hiding. And it looks like that Bloodshot actually killed a dad who apparently had nothing to do with anything. So he just shot him, like saying that that's the only way home. And the next issue is to be concluded. So lots of stuff happened in this that was actually all over the place, but in a really great way. So I'll definitely be seeing how more of that's going to conclude, or if it's going to go to a new volume. We don't know yet. Red Sonja, issue number 18. Or the adventure continues in Red Sonja, where she's actually fighting off against a clan of who she didn't know of, actually, that actually wanted to get her dead. They're actually the Cullen Goth followers, saying that he cannot die. But we also, in the last issue, what happened, we all know he's not dead, really, because of that explosion. Come on, you can't kill a villain. You never could kill a villain. Like Dark Mike in Epic Story, you never kill him, right? All right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought you were going to say something. Okay. So, so they're going on their adventure, and they're trying to find out where they're going to be going with this.
Crazy cover for Red Sonja.
Yes, thank you. So the Sorcerer's Amulet that the two girls are hiding, that Lara is hiding from her. Red Sonja doesn't know that she has that because that was from Cullen Goth that could take. That's really powerful. That should have got rid of and everything. So they're keeping it a secret, and I know Sonja's going to find out eventually. I mean, who doesn't find out eventually? And now they're going to Samaria with Master Sandak, who actually is going to help them out on their quest and their voyage. And basically, the first mission is to destroy the people in the small village. Just simply kill them all. For that matter. Because there's too much space there. So they'll be up to that task for the next issue, and we will see where that goes. Once my tablet will function with me, and I can get to this cover. Thank you. Now we can get to your book.
Yep, I agree with that, Alan. They're talking wrestling in the comments. We're talking comics here. Aliens, Dust to Dust, issue number 2. I talked about this. I believe it was Rob Wise guy who brought it up. Was it Rob Wise guy? Somebody on a previous review mentioned Aliens, Dust to Dust. No, I do not. I really like this issue. So the mom in the last issue died, chest burster, and they're in this little shuttle, and now you've got a little mini alien in the ship, in the shuttle, and the boy lost his mom. And you have one of the, I believe it's the mayor or the person who runs the facility who's kind of taken the boy as his responsibility now because his mother's dead. Long story short, lots happens on the shuttle and it ends up crashing. And the artwork in this book is very good, Scotty. I don't know if you're saying it's pretty cool. You read this book or just the genre is pretty cool. If you didn't read this book, you should check it out. It's really cool. Shuttle crashes and we find out that the little alien actually grew already, but he's missing an arm. And now they are back on planet and there's no communication, there's nothing. Everything's destroyed because the aliens have taken over. So now they have to find shelter and now they've got this alien behind them. I always like a good alien book. I really do. And my favorite, and even though we are financially held, I'm going to find a way to get that alien because I have Fire and Stone. I have to get Life and Death somehow, that omnibus that's coming out. I think it's in November. Maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas. Maybe somebody will donate it to the channel. However means I am going to get my hands on that book because that was a really great series. The movies, but you should. Scotty, I gotta be honest, I have not liked an Alien series except only one, and it was a lot due to the artwork, and I wish I could tell you what the series was. It was a series before this one. That's all I could tell you. That's all I remember. If you want to go back, look up Dark Avenger, type in Alien. It's in the description of the videos. So I'm sure if you put the keywords in for my channel, the review, and Aliens, you'll see all the Aliens reviews, and you'll determine just by watching the episode which book it was. Because I think I dropped it at issue 2 or 3. I think I tried to hold out and I just couldn't take it anymore.
All right. Xena Warrior Princess, issue number 6. And I'm not sure because I didn't see the writer on this. Meredith Finch writes this.
No,
right?
Meredith Finch stepped down after issue 5.
Yeah, because now it's Erica Schultz, actually.
Yes.
I heard of that name somewhere, actually. Erica Schultz. But anyway, so it starts off in ancient Greece where a new character is Sister Ova, whatever. She basically comes to life and everything, and then all chaos arrives in the village and stuff like that. So with this issue, Sonja is still with Gabrielle with that voyage of helping her get to wherever she needs to go. And she's a funny character, Gabrielle. I've grown to like her character because she's like really funny. And they're just trying to get to where they need to go. So with that, they get to this village where they talk to official guide person to where they need to go and what they need to know of some sort. So I don't know, like there's lots of stuff that's involved and really heavy dialogue. So also talking with the Oracle to basically solve their problems and stuff like that. But they actually know of what's going on, and it doesn't really look good. It has to be continued next month. Find out more information about that. I mean, you guys could definitely read the book to find out more of the heavy dialogue, but I would say it was very involved, so to say. But nonetheless, a great read for that much. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legend issue number 3. Now, most of you probably have read this book from a long, long time ago.
Yeah, actually, Sweet Exorcist asked in Discord what book we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah. So, in the Urban Legend...
Wait, stop. Did you guys ever watch the Xena series? A few episodes here and there. I was young when that came out. I watched Hercules a little bit more.
You saw that little thing about where she saw the Wonder Woman thing, like saying, "Ha, you didn't even try." That was funny. Because they had a Wonder Woman poster and then Xena picture. They put a Xena picture saying, "Ha, you didn't even try." You know, because she has a little muscular. I don't know, but anyway. So it's Michelangelo.
How is it going? Reviews from the Batcave. Not sure which one. I said hi to you in the beginning. Yeah, I said in the beginning, but I think that one said reviews from the Batcave chat. So I'm not sure if that's Rich, Chad, or both, or neither. I don't know.
Yeah, so
are you guys gonna watch the new DBZ Super movie? No. I'm far. I'm far behind on Dragon Ball.
It's gonna be Super Saiyan perfect. I heard. I just want to see how they're gonna do this.
How many more Super Saiyans are there gonna be? I mean, look.
And Broly's gonna be in it, so you know.
This is all right, Rich. Gotcha.
And I forgot to tell you, Broly's in it, so you know, voice actor's gonna play that, huh? Vic Mignogna.
Broly's in it.
Vic Mignogna is gonna be in it.
How is Broly in it?
I don't know. We're gonna find out in the movie.
Broly died. Was cloned. He was in 3 movies. He died in the second one. The third one, he was a clone, and now he's alive?
But they said Broly was going to be in it. Vic Mignogna, the perfect voice actor for it. I feel bad for him because of that kind of that deep voice. Ooh, how does he do that? That hurts. All right, but anyway. Going into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now.
Yes, because I don't even want to...
So it's Mikey and Raph who are going after the Women Foot Clan, so to say, where Leonardo is in his spirit and mind talking with Donatello, who is almost at his deathbed because he can't really barely move. So he's going to go back to get the turtles to save them. So he talks with Master Splinter about, that he wants to help him and anything, and he says that he cannot help and stuff like that because he's being, experimented on, so to say, in a laboratory. So there's that. And as the issue just continues on, we just find out. I like where Splinter talks about his story, and we all know how his story goes. I was in the sewer, I saved 4 turtles and made my own ninja, stuff like that. And as they're fighting, Mikey and Raphael, Leonardo comes back to life and saying, hey, all right, we're going to take you guys out, but hey, I know where Donatello is. We should really go and save him and stuff like that. And where Master Splinter is, what is his name? I can't remember. The shark. I can't remember what it Mako? Not Mako. I can't remember what his name was. Sharkman, basically. So where they're going to see where Donatello is based on Leonardo's vision, it looks like that they're a little bit too late of what's left of him because he is all...
Oh, I didn't know that. I love this TMNT. I'm happy they're re-releasing the series. They finally will get it an ending that it never got. I didn't know it never ended. I did not know it never ended, this series.
I guess we'll both find out.
Well, now it looks like we'll get to the conclusion of it, which is really cool. First time ever.
Yes. And the final indie book that I have...
What's up, Seawater 19? Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in.
Yep. And welcome to Grimm Tales of Terror, Volume 4, Issue number 5. a great story of a horror story. Even though it's not October, any month's a good month for Grimm Tales of Terror. For a good story too, that there is.
It'll probably end in October like it did last time.
I don't want it to end. I
no,
like it.
The volume and then the
the volume. Yeah, they always did that. So it talks about Jake, who works at a low-scale restaurant as a waiter, and he serves Mr. Cartwright, where he's taking orders and stuff like that. And he doesn't make food because he cut out of culinary school. He dropped out, basically, for that. And there's like this whole thing that's going on in the kitchen that Jake doesn't know about. So he's cooking and everything, and Mr. Cartwright said was exquisite, and his cooking was phenomenal. Then the other guy gets jealous of him, and then there's like a bunch of killings that's going on.
Of course, it is Grimm Tales of Terror.
For that, yeah. And he got hired as a chef to work with food and everything, even though he dropped out. But as things got a little bit more crazy, he finds out that the girl he was going out with is basically she's basically a psycho killer, and then killing people where there was a freezer of dead bodies, actually. And she's actually the daughter of the father who owns the restaurant. And guess what? In the end, we all know that they get a bad ending where Jake becomes the course meal where humans actually eat humans. That's the end. That's a note to be continued. I just like how in the beginning it's so good. Like the character looks so good for them, and there's like a huge twist.
One of
in
the
end.
most memorable stories from last night's Frontline Live.
Yeah, so it was like a really huge. I like the twist that it has in Grimm Tales of Terror. Like it's good, and then the character gets the twist in the end, or the character who joins them gets the twist. Oh God, I really enjoy it. It's really a great series. You guys should check it out.
All right.
Big two-time.
Big two-time starting with Marvel. Domino. Now, again, I liked all my books this week. I'm glad I didn't have to do top 5 because, honestly,
what would I have? I was crucified.
What would I have as a least favorite out of all of my books? I think I would maybe put a book that's not next, and one of the DC books as a least, just because it kind of went in a direction. We'll get to that book. I don't want to spoil it. Well, you all know actually what I read. So Plastic Man probably would have been my least, but I didn't hate it. It's just it went in a really weird direction. Oh, Immortal Hulk, I dropped that. Chris is to top 5 this week. Would have been like, pick my top 5. Should have done that. Immortal Hulk, I'm not into, man. I don't even think I'm going to review it digitally. I just can't. I don't know. Half of me is like, read the next issue. Read it, because you might like it. You're giving up too fast, because I always give up fast on the Hulk. Sorry, Justin, Thor, and Doctor Strange, and I forgot what other series I gave up on, but I'm glad I did. She-Hulk. So I'm going to try to hold out on Thor and Hulk at least. Out of those 3, I'm going to hold out on those 2. Oh, you read this week's Immortal Hulk? Don't spoil it for me yet. I'm going to start reading probably right after the review tonight. The books came out today, so apologies. Our dad's going – I'll say it at the end, but our dad's going for his operation this week, so everything's kind of a bit slow. It's going to be a long week because it's happening on Friday, so Zone 4, that's why I was saying I'll probably be in and out, but I'm going to try to be in more than out, but a 99.9% in. Anyway, let's not deviate because we're deviating too much. Domino, issue number 4. Middle ground. Domino hitting on Shang-Chi was funny. Trying to.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah, that's Shang-Chi. Don't you see the cover?
Yeah. Oh wow. Wait, let me see this.
The 5th shield for Division. Okay, we'll have to start. Alan, I'm gonna start working. I would like to start working on that if you're around. Also, how did you get? Tell about Marvel getting IDW to publish. I don't. How I feel about IDW publishing Marvel. I didn't get a chance to talk yesterday about it. I think it's dumb because when DC worked with IDW, it was a crossover, right? They had TMNT, Batman, they had Star Trek and Green Lantern. This is straight up Spider-Man, Avengers. It's like, do we really think about this? Do we really need a Spider-Man book? Do we really need an Avenger book outside of Marvel? Regardless if it's for just kids. Do we really need the kid line to move from Marvel to IDW? Why is Marvel spreading their heroes now into other companies? Now, Seawood, I will say, Magical Order I have not read. Skyward I have read. I do enjoy it. I casually read that. Ice Cream Man, Michael reviews. X-Men Red, Michael reviews. And Justice League, I review. Oh, you're getting. I didn't know if you were recommending. All those books you mentioned, I read either casually or review. So I'm looking forward to a few of the books you mentioned for sure. Justice League was good. I need to read Injustice. That you're going to be reading. Injustice Masters of the Universe crossover. They're bringing He-Man back for a mini.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a crossover that's going to be going on for the next couple of months. I think that's starting this week, if I'm correct. Am I correct? I don't know, but I know that it's going to be good. But going back to Domino, I liked it. And Gail, you cannot put out there an Iron Fist G-string or skank. I don't even know what it was called. You cannot put out there an Iron Fist G-string cosplay and not show it. We need, as readers, we're going to need to see some proof, some examples in a magazine or something. I seriously would love to see these Iron Fist scantily made outfits, preferably on Domino. It would be interesting. This is a mid-ground book for me. It was fun. It was a fun read. She takes Shang-Chi out for a dance, and they get attacked. And now they have to fight their way. And then I love how Domino's friends are kind of like upset at her because they think that she's blaming one of them for what's going on. So they're like, let's help her, but then let's give her a good kick in the ass for feeling that way about us. Looks awesome. Came out today. Looking forward to it then. Because the comic division is failing, it's been proven, and Disney only cares for movies and TV shows. I know. I understand that, Jeremy. I just think that there should be Spider-Man in Marvel. There's no reason for IDW to have a Spider-Man title. It's every time they bring out those like Sunday classic books for DC and Marvel, it always feels weird. It's like, why am I... Not bad. I mean, IDW is making money off of it, but at the same time, it's weird seeing a DC specific or a Marvel specific book out of IDW. It's weird. And it's weird to see Star Wars in IDW. If it was in Dark Horse, I'd be okay with that. But man, it's weird. It's weird seeing Marvel stretch their characters out further into IDW. I really think it's a stupid idea. My personal. I'm curious if the He-Man Injustice mini is going to be in the upcoming Omnibus. That would be probably not Firestorm, probably the next one. And what's going on, Firestorm? Welcome in. Firestorm, we're going to have to get on Division, by the way. Alan was telling me to get those shields. I don't know if you get in Division 2, but we're going to have to do that. And I don't know, whenever you want to see the new stuff in Sea of Thieves, let me know as well. All right. Hunt for Wolverine Adamantium Agenda, issue number 3. One more to go. So, everybody versus Mr. Sinister. The guy was stealing from Mr. Sinister. They survive. They take the dude back to interrogate him. And, well, they interrogate him right on the sub. And, no, was it on the sub or was it on the carrier? I read this book like first. They interrogate him nonetheless, and they find out that Sinister has a lot more going on than what any of them know. So they go to where Sinister's hideout is. And turns out he has DNA from everyone on Earth. So it looks like he's got like this massive cloning thing going on. So apparently the focus has now shifted from finding Wolverine to now dealing with Sinister. And I'm okay with that because Manipur, they're dealing with now rescuing, Kitty is dealing with rescuing her fellow X-Men that have been abducted. In Claws of a Killer, I have no clue where that series is going, and the other one with Daredevil, that's going in its own direction too. I want to understand the first issues. Now, this Adamantium Agenda, at least there is something more with Wolverine. Wolverine knows the secret of Tony Stark that we're going to find out in the last issue of this. But while all these issues started as the hunt for Wolverine, they've all gone in directions that have absolutely nothing to do with Wolverine almost. The Daredevil one, they're still hunting for him in a way. Manipur sort of showed up in that. That's a Korean helicarrier. We saw the Russian one in Weapon X. I want to fly in a helicarrier too. Thank you, aggressively relaxing, and thank you and welcome in. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like these hunts are going to be one of those things. This is classic Marvel, where none of these miniseries are going to matter because then we're going to get that one shot after all 4 miniseries end next month or this month or whatever month, and after that we're getting a 5-issue miniseries with the return of Wolverine, and then we'll probably get like 3 ongoings. The solicits does list everything DC has done with He-Man and more, so you never. Oh yeah, then you never know. All right, moving forward, X-23 issue number 1. I want to take the time out, since Tevye is not here, to really quickly state that I'm okay with Laura going back as X-23. It was an honor to have her as all new Wolverine. It was a great series, all new Wolverine. I enjoyed it. However, Logan is back. When he'll be fully back, I don't know, but Logan is coming back. She took over the Wolverine mantle kind of reluctantly at first because Logan was gone. Logan is not gone. I'd much rather see her as X-23 than Wolverine because X-23 is her. That is the identity she created for herself. She's not under anyone. I'm down to hop on. Oh, sweet, Firestorm. We'll talk on Facebook then. I think Laura belongs as X-23. That's who she is. Now, granted, took over as Wolverine, did a kick-ass job. My favorite. Out of all the people who've taken over Logan's position, she was my favorite. Dawkins during the Dark Reign was definitely not. But I like that she's at X-23 again. I'm happy that she's got her own book and her own identity. I'm sad Tom Taylor left, but the writer for this book got Gabby down perfect. I loved this book. This would have absolutely been in my top 3. This book had Gabby's voice. The Cuckoos are creepy again. I love it. They have their 2 sisters who died. They cloned them. They're trying to fix them and bring them back. One clone sister tries to kill the other one, or probably does kill the other clone sister. Gabby wants a birthday. Laura's birthday apparently is the exact same day as the Cuckoos as well. And for those of you that don't know the Cuckoos, they're clones of Emma Frost. They all look the same again. It's creepy. But I like this book so much. Gabby is hilarious. The book there were so many really awesome things. And then a scientist goes missing, and it's the Cuckoos that took the scientist. Bobby, what's going on, my friend? And there's just so much good in X-23. I wish Tom Taylor could be writing it, but I'll tell you one thing, and Tom Taylor was very happy with this book, and on Twitter, from what everybody said on the live show last night, has told people to buy the book. I definitely agree. I feel like the writer got it perfectly on. Esme is awesome. Can't wait to see her fight X-23. That's going to be cool. I'm excited. I like Gabby too. Jesse, what's going on, Jesse? Welcome in. I'm not sure if you popped in before.
You said hi to Bobby?
I said hi to Bobby. I said, what's up, Bob? Did I miss your Justice League Odyssey review? I'm not reviewing Justice League Odyssey, Bobby. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't think Justice League Odyssey came out this week either. I'm doing books from the 11th. Did Odyssey come out on the 11th? And if so, I did want to skim it at least. I'm not sure if it did or didn't. I think Odyssey comes out today. Almost sure. Could be wrong, but Odyssey's not one of the books I was going to check out, my friend. I'm sorry. Not a fan of the artwork, and the team just doesn't interest me as well, so I'm not going to be reading Odyssey. It came out today? For you, Bobby, I'll tell you what, I will skim it and give my thoughts on it. For you, man, so I'll put it in my skim pile. I'll look through it for you. And I'll give you my roundabout thoughts next week, so don't worry, man. I got you. I'll give it a look through regardless. I'll put it in my pile just to look at. Kind of like what I'm doing with Flash, which by the way we're gonna get into here. So X-23, I definitely say go check out X-23. It was a really fun read.
All right, you said the whole time about X-23. Well, what I got is Amazing Spider-Man.
That's right, you're taking over Amazing
issue
Spider-Man.
number 1. Yeah.
I completely forgot. Oh, good, I read it too. No, I read it too.
Oh.
I'm glad. This is a good thing. So Mike's finally reading his favorite character again.
You said that was.
And I'm glad you did because this is actually
like what I like about this issue. Like
pause 1 sec. Yeah, X-23 is great. Clone fight coming and Gabby's adorable. Agree, 100%.
So we see that Peter Parker and Mary Jane are both together again.
I think it's a trap. Nick Spencer's trapping him.
Yes. So Peter Parker's like having trouble with the roommate who we all know is Boomerang.
That's the best.
Stuff like that, and then he's like this whole thing of like just having the thing with him.
He has such bad
what's
Parker
going
luck.
on in the city again? Like
they're getting like an invasion. It's like an alien invasion, but we find out it's Mysterio.
Okay, well yeah. So there's that. We have Guardians of the Galaxy who are in there for a little bit, and then Spider-Man comes in to save them, and then they all don't like that Spider-Man comes in because a few weeks ago he did a little mess up at the bank or with the Kingpin, and so to say, about like saying, "Oh, can you see?" And he's like saying, "Oh yeah." Oh wait a second, I see this as a trap, so no, thank you for that much. And even him and Human Torch is like a little bit, like saying, "Oh, he doesn't like you, and I don't like you either," and all that stuff. What was going on? So then he goes to like Parker Industries, I think.
No,
this place. What was it?
That's the Daily Planet. He's working at the Daily Planet
Bugle.
again. Bugle Planet. Wow. Okay.
The Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle Planet.
Where he's doing the whole watch R thing, and well, let's just say that there's been a little bit of a fraudism that has been going on with Peter Parker, and like saying, "Oh,
this goes back to yeah, he plagiarized himself, and then now it's not Doc Ock anymore. So Pete's life just goes.
Yeah, Robbie Robinson says like you're fired. That's it. You're a great reporter and all that stuff, but we can't like have this. His chair's gone, and then he talks to Mary Jane about it.
This is the scariest wahaha face I've ever seen. I'm sorry. This is the creepiest laughing face I've ever seen MJ have.
Yeah, so then he like said, about what's been going on, and he's just like saying like it just gets worse because how's he gonna tell Aunt May? So he's like saying, "Oh, did you get the paper?" And then he's like, and it says Peter Parker fraud and everything. So then she actually sees on his cell phone about, I share a lot of them with my friends, and I just gotta say that, I'm still proud of you of all you did, but this is not how me and your Uncle Ben have raised you. So
yeah, Aunt May is really disappointed. That's sad.
And that is sad.
But see, I think this is one big trap though with Mary Jane. I feel like it's gonna last for a little while, and then somehow the carpet. Because Joe Q, there's no way with Joe Q still as the head of Marvel, they're gonna have MJ and Pete back together, especially with Renew Your Vows as a Elseworld Spider-Man book.
So he fights off with Mysterio, and that's it for the first story. The second story was a little bit of a.
They will not let us have MJ back. It's a tease. The only good love story right now is Domino and Shang-Chi.
And did you like the second story? Because I wasn't really too in with the second story where he's
where Mysterio is in the courtroom.
Yeah, the courtroom, and then who was she again?
I forgot her name too. His lawyer, whatever.
Well, yeah, the defense and stuff like that. Things get a little bit haywire where he actually gets out.
Yeah, it's an introduction of a new villain, basically.
Yeah, a new villain who saves Mysterio or tries to, but then he's like hallucinating Mysterio in the courtroom, and then Peter Parker looks like
Peter Parker's gonna get redeemed by Reptile, by Lizard. Why did I almost say Reptile? By Lizard. Oh man, that's awesome. I like
Peter Parker have a seat.
Yeah, so basically, the Lizard who knows what happened with Pete and Doc Ock is offering Pete a second chance. So now Pete has to write another paper, or else he loses his master's, and or doctorate. No, he loses his doctorate, And I love it. I love that Lizard, knowing what happened, tries to save Pete.
That's really something. Now, I did review some Frontline, so I'm just going to get a brief view of this. The Punisher, issue number 227 of Punisher War Criminal, Part 4. And just long story short, this is where the Punisher is working with Bucky and Black Widow, trying to get into the Hydra headquarters, because that's what their plan was. So when they get to the Hydra headquarters, they take out all of the Hydra agents that are there, and they get in a fight with the cell inmates, where the Punisher kills them all one by one. And with that, Captain Marvel, with her team, actually comes in to they're like saying, like, let's put the prisoners back in their cells and not kill them because we're not him, stuff like that. And actually, we meet up with Supreme Commander Rogers, who they're actually going to break out of prison.
Now that connects to Secret Empire.
Right. So that's going to actually build.
Did they break him out or no?
Well, it's like saying, it's good to see you again, Supreme Commander Rogers. And they saying, you as well, Zemo. Hail Hydra. You know that's going to happen. So as all this is happening, it looks like the Punisher, the next issue in his War Machine suit, is going to go against Iron Man. So it's going to be
I swear, if Marvel,
that's awesome.
If Marvel has Hydra Cap kidnap Steve Rogers Cap and lock him away somewhere and then try to take his life over again, I'm done with anything Captain America related for a very, very long time.
We'll
and I'm talking until Hydra Cap is dead. Because that's what it feels like. I don't know if any of you feel the same way, but that's what it feels like they're trying to do, is break this Hydra Cap out, have him replace Steve again, but this time Steve is prisoner. And then, no, they do that. I'm done with Cap and a lot of Marvel for a while. Mysterio got real magic powers in Scarlet Spider right after he killed his daughter.
Right,
I have not read Scarlet Spider in a long time.
Now, this book came out last week, and Justin actually is going to like my review of this issue. Green Arrow, issue number 42. Yes. Got the copy of Green Arrow, issue number 42. And to be honest, I actually liked this comic book. It's by Green Arrow, who is facing off against Parasite, but we get more of him being sympathetic with Parasite. Like saying, yes, like, I got to take you back to prison and everything, but he's like saying, I won't go back because of all the pain and agony they gave to him with, I think it's like no light. Parasite gets
no contact, and he loses, he shrivels up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Swamp Thing that he needs the green to...
He needs a lot to keep himself up.
Right. So with that, he's like saying, Joshua, if you're in there hearing me, I'm sorry that all this happened, but you have to go back. And he's like saying, no, you won't. I won't let you and stuff like that. And he's like saying, just let me go because I'm getting all shriveled up and I won't let this do this again. And he's like saying, I can't do that. So, yeah, it was like really a awful thing. And then Parasite's going out, taking out like all the people, like saying, if you want to see a monster, well, I'm going to give it to you. That's what... I'm going to show you what I am. And, yeah, the ending part for Parasite was just, wow.
That was sad.
That was really sad. And even for Green Arrow, it's like saying, just all that. I don't really feel bad for the villains, but I felt bad for Parasite. With all that he's been through. And never have I thought we would get a sad felt story from a villain, about how he felt about in prison. So it was a huge turn. And actually, from what I've read before the Green Arrows, like this one was actually really good. So hopefully they'll be getting back to speed to, with that. So now we're going to go back to this week.
The last 2 issues of Green Arrow have been great.
They have been.
New creative team.
They have been, really.
All right. I don't know who's going to agree with me, who's not. Titans number 23. I'm not really a fan of this new direction. I'm really not. It doesn't feel like Titans anymore. This is a team brought together and sanctioned by the Justice League. It's run by Nightwing, but they have Miss Martian as their liaison between them and the Justice League. And Dick doesn't like it, so he's keeping her off the field, and she's just basically their psychic link. And what's happening is they're dealing with people who are getting superpowers after, not even after Justice League No Justice. They're dealing with the ramifications of Batman Metal. At least in this arc, where a kid who can't control his new powers he got after Metal is now, out of kind of control, and now Titans come in to try to help him, and they do finally help him, and they find out that there was somebody else. There was another bad guy. Like, he was a good kid. He just couldn't control his powers. There was a bad guy they was fighting against, and they fight the bad guy. But Miss Martian, ignores an order from Nightwing to stay at the headquarters. Apparently, they've been butting heads a lot since she joined. Beast Boy gives a little flash in with that, and she jumps in to help the Titans, and obviously Dick's not happy with it. And then we find out that she has a mission. That Miss Martian has a mission that John Jones has mentioned, and he tells her, just don't get close to them, don't bother, just make sure you do your mission. That's all that's important. I'm starting to question John and Miss Martian, not only because of what happens in Titans, but because of what we saw in Superman #1, which we will get to. So this might not actually be Bendis. After reading Titans today, it might not be Bendis. It might really be DC in general with Jean and now Miss Martian and her mission. So I don't really care for this new direction with Titans. The team is cool, but I don't know. It feels like there's a lacking of since the new team started, or this new direction started. I'll stick with it a couple more issues, see where they're going, but this is one of the few books that I'm not sad I won't be picking up physically anymore very soon. So, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 48. The Green Lanterns fighting the Dark Stars on Mogo. Wow. Hal, John, Kyle, and Guy with their friends, Zod, Hector Hammond, Arkillo, and Orion are going to attack the Dark Star's homeworld and basically yank the controllers out of, because the way the Dark Stars are being powered is through the controllers. So you pull the controllers out, you're going to sever the Dark Star's power. And I like how the ending is so misleading. It makes it look like Hal Jordan's going to kill the controllers. All he's going to probably do is rip them out of the central power and pull them out of it in order for the Dark Stars to lose their abilities or whatnot. And there was a lot of great back and forth, a lot of great writing in here. Oh, what's up, Tevia? You missed a lot, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Hal Jordan this week. I'm looking forward to the big climactic 50th and final issue. It's going to be sad to see Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns end, but I have a feeling that San Diego is going to announce something Green Lantern related. I don't know if he'll take if all the Green Lantern books will end at some, like Green Lanterns will end, and then we'll get Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps back. That would be ideal. I love Dan Jurgens, don't get me wrong, but I don't see him saving Green Lanterns at this point either. The book has gone too far down, in my opinion. I would just say scrap the whole. If you're going to end Hal Jordan, scrap Green Lanterns, go with Green Lantern Corps again, and everything will be fine. Cool, man. Now I've only been reading this because of the arc. I might read the next issue because I think it has ramifications from it. But the Flash issue number 50, the Flash Wars finale, Barry and Wally versus Reverse Flash, and it was insane. And Wally's power is insane. Unfortunately, Wally's kids are still trapped out there somewhere. We don't know where, but they're out there. However, now because of what happened, the ramifications of the war is the Flashes can no longer time travel. They've broken a piece of the Speed Force, or I forgot what they broke exactly. But anyway, they broke a part of the Speed Force that now they cannot time travel anymore. They can't travel back and forth through time for the time being, which I think is a good idea. I think since Flashpoint, that should have been something. I didn't know that it wasn't until now. It's safer that way. And I think it's better that way also because we just had, with Superman and the Cosmic Treadmill, we don't need any of that again. So time travel is gone for now. Obviously not for the Legion of Superheroes, but the Flashes have ruined their ability to time travel. Now Wally lost Reverse Flash, so he blames himself and goes off to look for Reverse Flash. Wallace is angry at Barry because he kind of ran off after Wally and didn't even really consider the family. You know, let's all work together. And Commander Cold is now trapped in present-day DC, and his future is erased for the time being. Will it come back? Who knows? Time travel gives them an easy fix. Exactly. So now there's no more easy fix. Yeah. Now there's no more easy fix. I like it. And then the last page was the best one. Bart Allen, as Impulse, is back. Bueller. Oh, my freaking Lord. It's Comics with Bueller. What's going on, my friend? I actually just saw a video yesterday of your kids doing a haul video. That was some awesome stuff. You got some Bueller. Comic Bueller has some awesome stuff going on his channel. I would definitely say check out all the new stuff going on. Wallace isn't a jerk. He's right. Barry should include the whole family. Barry should include the whole family. And I shouldn't have started promos. We saved promos for the end. So
now, this is why I was crucified last night of the least favorite of what I said my opinion. Red Hood and the Outlaws issue number 24. Okay. I get what happened in this issue. So basically, like after the whole, we find out about Bizarro's team and whatnot going after everybody, and Red Hood, with the Joker, where they saw that video and everything. The Penguin's like there at the festival, and Red Hood is on a really huge vengeance streak to the Penguin because he found out what he did to his father, actually, from the issue or so back. So he fights off against him, and while Artemis is doing her own thing. And in this issue, what I thought that would be something unexpected that I would see is that Red Hood actually shot and killed the Penguin.
That's not going to... Trust me.
And in the end, it looks like that Batman's like saying, tell him to stand down, I'll bring him in. And looks like Batman's going to be taking Jason Todd to justice.
I don't think Penguin's dead.
Find out and see what happens. But I don't know. Like, there was like so much involved in this. Like, I didn't really see. And with all the other books I've read, that appeared in my bottom pile. That's my opinion. I mean, the rest of you could disagree with me or agree with me, but
it's your choice.
It's the choice I made.
All right, now this is my lower one this week. Classic Man issue number 2. I feel like the book went a completely different direction this time, and it wasn't really a good one. I love Gail. I love Gail Simone, and I want to say that I have the utmost respect for her writing. I know a lot of people have been trashing on her left and right, not just for all of her books. And I don't think Gail Simone's a bad writer. I love her writing. I didn't like this issue of Plastic Man. I felt like it went from one of my favorite books. I was like, yes, we got a Plastic Man book, but this book went a completely different direction. We had Plastic Man's old cronies were killed. So there's a superhero that's not really being a superhero. So now Plastic Man is trying to save, trying to find out who did it and bring them to justice. But in this issue, he's being shot at by that girl from the first issue. The kid from the first issue gets captured by Man-Bat, and he ran away like a chicken. Then he goes headlong to save the boy, and he saves the boy. Then he wants to join the Cabal because he wants protection. But from what? There's a lot of... It felt like a very different issue. It felt like I missed something in the middle, sort of. I don't know. I didn't really care for this issue. Hopefully the next issue will fix things. All the Bat Kids are killing. Damian just killed the Black Mask in Teen Titans Special. Or so we are led to believe. I don't think anybody's dead, Justin. I think that they're all, we're led to believe it, but I don't see Black Mask being dead. Speaking of which, and speaking of Batman, let's talk about Detective Comics 984. Batman, by the end of this issue, mentions that the Bat Kids are making him weak, and we find out more about Karma. We find out that he got his weapons and his armor off the black market, and he has this alien helmet that gives him telepathic powers. That's how he knew Bruce was Batman. That's how he was able to counter Signal. Oh my God, I don't believe I just said his name. And that's how, in the end, he was able to read Cassandra. He was able to read almost everyone, and that gave him an edge. And he wants to help Batman by showing him that his crony, his crew, his family is making him weak, and that's why Enter Black Lightning. Black Lightning was kick ass in this book. I will say that, and I never thought I would say that. Kids these days. Black Lightning was brought in by Bruce because he wants Black Lightning to train his family to be smarter, to be stronger. And I think the way he said it in this issue, it'll be fixed in the next one, where he says, kids are not the worst. I love my son. My son is amazing. He does the most hilarious things. I mean, he drives me crazy when I do videos sometimes, but then when he's in a video, he's like spotlight. And anybody who's ever watched one of my live shows and have seen Tommy, you guys know. Kids are a mess. They really are, but after having Tommy, I cannot see my life without him either. And I'm sure, Bueller, you'll agree. Once you have a child, once you have a son, daughter, both, triplets, whatever, once you have a child, you can't see yourself without your life without them ever again. It's like that new piece of the puzzle in life. I'm answering comments for anyone watching post live. Once you have that piece of the puzzle in your life, it's like your life you can't see without that piece anymore. There are some people that can. I don't understand how, but I couldn't see my life anymore without my child, which is, I don't know how people would agree with that, but Daddy was just joking. I'm sure your kids know that you're joking. I'm sure they know. And they love you, obviously, very much, because they do videos on your channel. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't. Joking. Oh God, Jesse, don't get Bueller in trouble. Don't get him in trouble with his kids. Beautiful kids, wonderful kids, Bueller, like I said. But I couldn't see my life without my son. My 2 cents. I don't. Obviously, Bueller feels the same way, but I'm sure there are parents out there, or certain parents who can. I could not. Who will agree, and some will disagree. But no, man, you got a beautiful family. God bless, knock wood. But back to Batman Detective Comics. I'm interested to see where Black Lightning is going to take the Bat Kids next, because it's Signal, it's Cassandra. He mentions Barbara Gordon, but I don't know if he's going to be there to help Barbara, because Barbara's like one of the founding kids. I don't think she's going to be trained, but maybe spoiler. So I'm glad that they're keeping a lot of what the first arc was in the book still. They're keeping a lot of the Bat family in the book, which I like. I'm excited to see Detective 1000. After 1000, though, I might maybe 1001, 1002, and then I'm probably going to end up dropping Detective physically, just for monetary reasons and space. Space is a big deal. But I'm loving Batman. Batman has been a fun read for me since the. I know somebody's gonna kill me for saying this. Since the New 52, I found Batman the easiest and most accessible way to jump on. So since New 52, I've been reading Batman into Rebirth, into Current. But Batman has been the least changed, and that's what's hilarious. I found an easy in with Batman, and he was changed the least out of everybody in New 52 and in Rebirth. Batman has remained the same all the way through, but somehow, some way, Scott Snyder's Batman and Detective Comics, I forget who was writing Detective Comics at the time, I slid right in. What about Superman, Tevi? Are you crazy? I dropped Superman during New 52. I picked up every issue I dropped, but every issue I missed since I dropped it. But I mean, I couldn't read it until Rebirth started, and that's about 3 or 4 years worth of not reading Superman. So yeah. Tim Drake, yeah. Oh man, Tony Daniel. Why? How could I forget that? Thank you, Seawood. I completely forgot Tony Daniels. That's right. But I enjoyed Batman since New 52 at least. Final book. Oh, God, please don't let me get crucified. Superman #1, which probably would have been in my either number 5 or 6. I'm still skeptical of Bendis. No, this might have been my 5th. This might have been my 5th or 4th, because I just said about, because John Jones seemed out of character, but in Titans he seemed out of character too. So there might be something going on with John Jones. So you cannot fault Bendis on something that possibly James Tian did good with Tim Drake during Detective Run. Oh yes, yes he did. I didn't hate the book though. I thought the book had really good, hard, emotional moments in there. I loved how when Superman was talking with John Jones, he was, excuse me, I have to do this. Excuse me, I have to do that. And you know, he's going all over the place saving people, and saving the day. Again, we got to see a little bit more with John, choosing to go with the grandfather, and now his communicator is destroyed. So really, there's no way for him to communicate with Lois and John.
Actually, he said, "Hold that door."
Yeah,
that was cute.
He does a few times.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I feel like Bendis is trying, and I can't fault the man on. Literally, Superman is a character. I feel he's never written, or a character like no characters he's ever written before. So to fault him on a first issue alone, because I've seen people crucify Bendis on Instagram, because Instagram shared a picture of Man of Steel, of Superman #1, and people were crucifying him. People were crucifying the underwear being back, which is stupid because that's classic Superman. I mean, why are you reading it then if you can't stand the underwear? I like the Rebirth costume too. I'm sure a few of you did. I did. But I am a fan of the classics. I'm sorry. I really am. And Superman's in his classic costume again. Get over it, just like I'm going to get over when they take the underwear away again in another 5 or 6 years, and then they'll bring it back again. The underwear are just a part of Superman's on and off again relationship when it comes to his costume. But anyway, long story short, in the end, the Earth ends up, yes, in the Phantom Zone, which leads me to my next minus, which is we had Bendis' new villain introduced in Man of Steel, and now we're going right back to that. And we're going to see Nuclear Man, I think, at the end of issue 2 or at the or somewhere in issue 3. And now Action Comics is coming out on the 25th. I know I got that right. Action Comics is dropping on the 25th of this month, and that's a different arc. That's going to be a different story. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of this Ragazar or Rogozar or Roglo Rogaine. I don't care. This is a character that nobody's going to talk about years from now. Another thing is Bendis put the Fortress of Solitude in the Bermuda Triangle. I feel like he stole an idea from somebody, and I'm not going to say who, but I know. But he put it in the things that Bendis has done that I don't like, and I've said this before. Kandor being destroyed, the Fortress of Solitude being destroyed, and now moved to the Bermuda Triangle. And it's not just Bendis that I'm shitting on, because when they moved the Fortress of Solitude, and this was before I started my comic reviews, but when they moved the Fortress of Solitude into the Amazon rainforest, anybody who is a Superman, who has read Superman all throughout, you know what I'm talking about. Superman's Fortress of Solitude was a pyramid in the middle of a tropical rainforest for a good 2 or 3 years before finally he moved it back to the North Pole, which I'm sure. Oh, God, I do. I also remember, you remember when it was a sphere?
No, I remember.
But that was in the North Pole. 3 years. I could have been wrong. Anyway, I know eventually it'll go back to the North Pole. I mean, it's only a matter of time. Dealing with this until then, though. And they made the Bermuda Triangle look so dark. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, that's where his new Fortress of Solitude is. Woo! So that's about it. That's all we got from the first issue. Not too much, but not too little either. I need to see more. In order to truly and honestly give a more in-depth, deep opinion on Bendis' run with Superman. Obviously, a lot of people are already upset. It's only one issue in. I'd like to point that out. I can't believe I'm defending Brian Michael Bendis, but I am. It's only one issue in. I mean, give the man a break. Let him get his foot in the door and then see what happens from there. But one thing I would like, and this is for any writer, I think 12 issues of Action, which is a whole year, 12 issues of Superman, with at least 1 or 2 annuals from each, is more than enough time for a writer to be on both books. And Supergirl's not on Earth anymore because of Bendis is writing Superman. And New Superman ended because Bendis is writing. And Super Sons is now a story that took place in the past. So until Bendis leaves the book, obviously, he's not going to want a lot of interaction with the Superman family because he's going to want to focus on Superman. So my hope is that if that's true, Bendis only sticks around for 12 issues, or at least by the 12th issue when he gets into, because he said that both stories in Superman and Action are going to be a whole arc, 12 issues. Hopefully then he'll step down, or, you know, he shouldn't have gone. I agree, Jesse. He didn't need both books. I love Dan Jurgens. Did Dan Jurgens have both books? No, we got Action. Peter J. Tomasi got Superman. I think he's overloading himself. And that's why before he goes too far or he's in a book too long, 12 issues, move him on to the next character. He's already written a Batman story for that Walmart special. Maybe move on to Batman, you know? I don't want to see him on Superman too long. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he started off bad. I'm saying I don't want him to get to the point where he's writing Superman bad. So better to have him do this 12-issue arc for both Superman and Action and move on to the next book. I would like to see Bendis touch all the characters, honestly, in DC and see what he has to say about all of them. And this is not just to get him off of Superman. I'd like to see his voice on all the characters because maybe there is a character in the DC roster, and it could be Superman too, that he writes amazing. And I'd like to see, if it's not Superman, is it Batman? If it's not Batman, is it Green Lantern? If it's not Green Lantern, is it Justice League? Is it another team book? Is it the Titans? I'd like to see Bendis touch on everything and see where he sticks. And right now, he's in Superman. Let's see if he sticks. And that's it. And that's all I have for this week's review. So, before we go, as always, on tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday night? We have Comic Conversation Thursday. That's on Jesse's channel, JLS Comics. I apologize. I believe it's Thursday. Sunday morning comics are on Justin's channel. That's Exile State. We got we had a Comics Bueller in here. And I almost said C. Bueller. I don't know why. But Comics Bueller, awesome videos on there. Tevia does a lot of videos. Also, you have reviews from the Batcave every Friday night live. Check that out. That is like a really awesome comic community get-together, sort of like Frontline Live. And it's a get-together with a lot of people. Yes, it's Thursday. I don't know why my mind just went, I didn't know if it was Thursday. It has to be Thursday. I know it's Thursday because I catch it on Thursdays. You're right.
All right, and I want to just make this before people start leaving that I did mention this in the beginning of the show that...
And Alan's planning a surprise.
Yes. That as of yesterday, I have created a Twitter account on there. So if you guys want to go follow me on there, some of you have already, and I appreciate it. But for those of you who haven't, it's Mike at Dude of Rock 18.
No, it's at Dude of Rock 18, period.
I will at Dude of Rock 18. So if you type that in and follow me on there, that'd be great. Just going to expand my YouTube channel a little bit more. What else was I going to say before? So you can just follow me on there. I'll put a link on my Facebook and everywhere else. So yeah, you guys will be able to follow me there as well.
So make sure to subscribe to those channels I mentioned before. Awesome live shows. We got Thursday with Jesse, Friday with reviews from the Batcave, Rich and Chad and crew. Some of them here, C. Wood being one of them. You have Justin's Sunday morning comics on Sunday, and then you come back here on Monday. Pray to God. We have Dark Avenger comic review back on time next Monday. And then Tuesday's Frontline Live, and then we start the cycle over again. Now, before we go, thank you, Scotty, Alan, We had Legend Storm, who was here at the beginning. Reviews from the Batcave. Rich, and I believe Chad was here at the beginning. Alan, of course. Tevya, of course. Jesse and Justin, of course. C. Woodard 19. Comics with Bueller. Make sure. Bobby was here. Bobby, whenever Odyssey comes out, I got you, man. I said that. That's Justin. Aggressively relaxing. The Firestorm was here for a while, and then he disappeared. Firestorm. I wonder if Toxic, you were here tonight. If you haven't, Toxic Rose on Twitch. Awesome girl. Awesome. Oh God, Fortnite player. No. Jeremy Renfro, thank you for being here. And I believe we caught everyone, unless I missed somebody that popped in the middle, but I always say hello, so if you watch the whole show, you know who is here. Chad was at the beginning. There we go. Okay. So.
And thank you, Alan, for posting the links to the Twitter of mine.
All right. So much love to everybody. Thank you. Keep your fingers crossed for Friday for all things to go well on our end. We're keeping our fingers and toes crossed that everything goes well for our dad's operation. And then we hope that after that we get some good news and things can get back to normal, or at least as normal as humanly possible, and we can move forward. We love you guys. And now it's your turn watching Post Live. Let us know what you thought about the books that came out this week. Likes, dislikes, agrees, disagree. Gomez Comic Collector popped in. Check him out. Awesome video poster as well here on YouTube in the comic community. Gomez, what's going on? Sorry you're at the tail end of this, but Post Live. Oh, fingers crossed. Thank you. Snuck in late. It's all right. We started early. Next time I'm going to start at 10:30 regardless, on Monday or on Wednesday. But Post Live. Your turn. Likes, dislikes, agree, disagree, recommendations. We want to hear from you in the comments below, and we will answer you guys in the comments below. But until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you on Monday, hopefully, for another episode of Dark Avenger Comic Book Review.
Hey, everybody.
Later, guys.